where Gunnar has been taken from us until CPS.
This white couple was able to reunite with their child that was taken for very real concerns. If you don't know, their toddler was wrapped in saran wrap by the husband. And if you Google her name, you can find it everywhere. Or just watch the original video for context. If you're new here, hi, my name is Melissa. I'm an adoptee and adoption educator. And I'm stitching this video because this points out very real issues with the disparity in foster care and CPS in the United States. We all saw that child being put in a precarious situation where he could have been really harmed, and it was a mistake that we saw. And I'm not saying that this family never deserved to be reunified. I'm for family preservation when it's safe to do so. So let's work on the assumption that the parents learned their lesson and they are now a safe home. So that's great. What I want people to realize from this video is that there is a lot of privilege that this white couple with ties to serving in the U.S. military or whatever branch he's in has a lot of privilege when it comes to CPS. A lot more resources than are typically available to low-income families and BIPOC families that are often targeted by the foster care system in the United States. Black and brown babies are taken out of their homes at disproportionate rates to their white counterparts. And often they're not taken for legitimate reasons. And very real cases of abuse are not taken seriously. And I'm talking about the situations where maybe the parents didn't have enough money to afford every single meal, or the child was home alone at like 11 for an hour or two and the cops were called because there wasn't a babysitter because they couldn't afford one. Or cases where pregnant people will give birth in the hospital and have their children immediately taken away simply because they themselves were in foster care, so their file was flagged by staff. It is a privilege that that family was able to be reunited with one another so quickly, when so many Black and brown families in the United States are being systematically torn apart. And we're seeing that with ICWA now. And we're seeing that with Black and brown families in the CPS system. We have laws that prioritize permanent family placements for children so they don't languish in foster care. And ideally, that's a good policy, but there's a lot of issues with it when the families with minor concerns or even moderate concerns aren't given the resources to help fix the problems. And there's systemic issues with our country that don't provide medical care and housing and food enough. When Black, brown, and Indigenous families are fighting to get their kids back and don't have the resources, what happens? The kids are in care longer, and then they are permanently taken away from their families. This is a problem.
And where Gunnar has been taken from